And we're playing one more even though I'm tired as hell, and because I'm tired as hell I wasn't paying attention to my screen when I went onto the carousel, so we're just going to pick up a tier to start. We shall see where it takes us. Yeah, coming off the back of a 3-star Z game that we lost, which doesn't feel very fun, I'm not going to lie. Feels feels a little bit, I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan. Um, this is pretty good. As a start though, I like this. I'm already thinking there's options here to maybe play into a Jax Brawler type build, maybe even a Kaiser style build. I like both builds. I don't play Jax very often. Um, we'll see based on how many recurve bows we get, and depending on what the first augment is. I'm not going to overthink, although do we get a second tier, which does change the direction slightly, and it might well mean we end up going into a Hearts style build. And we definitely haven't found the recurves to play a Jax, that's for sure. So I think Jax goes in the bin potentially here. We'll see what comes up on here, but if we don't pull any recurves, Jax is going in the bin. And we're going to pull out the Lulu for Gadgettine, and we're going to try and play through just Gadgettine early. Yeah, Jax goes in the bin. Ooh, those are quite big. The thing is, I really like makeshift armor. I really, really, really like makeshift armor, especially when you get a sort of start like this, where like Annie with like these is just going to be innately tanky. I do quite like the makeshift armor. We are going to take it. We're going to sell this, put this in place, sell this, buy one, put the Annie in place, we get the Gadgettine, and then put the Lulu in play. Not Lulu, Yuumi. And we'll pick this up as well, and this may end up in a direction of a Yuumi reroll. If it does, then it does. We don't particularly want, I don't think, to keep the locks. We'll see what happens if we win this or not. I think if we lose this, I'm selling this. We're playing for the mascots. Yeah, we're playing for the mascots. And instead of playing a Yuumi Super, I think we're just going to play a Yuumi mascot build. And hey, I did say in previous games, I do not hate people playing Yuumi reroll. Like, absolutely nothing wrong with this comp. Absolutely nothing wrong. It's just, I don't personally like to play it very often. And loose streaking the early is completely fine here. We aren't going to look to try and push 3-star Yuumis though, because it's going to be contested like hell. We might just even transition this fully into a Heart build rather than playing a Yuumi build, but we'll see. We do have the Hearts in play though, which is really nice. We do have the Gadgettine, which is nice. It's quite strong early. This guy's just hit some 2-stars early, and he's already got Jax out, so he's kind of forcing his Jax build. He does have one recurve, which is quite good for him, but again, I'm not massively thinking about it at this level, to be honest. We shall see what we pick up. My issue with the Yuumi build, and what I was saying in a previous video, is that I feel like unless you get the Yuumi augment, it's not as strong as everyone thinks it is. It's really not. It's not like it's bad, don't get me wrong. It's definitely not bad. In fact, here I think I just want a bigger front line. We're just going to put some mascots. But we're not going to ditch out on the Ash as yet. We don't have, unfortunately, a fourth mascot to play in here, but we just want to play for the longevity. We just want to play for the longevity. And really, if we can deter some Yuumi players by picking up early here, then that's great. If we can play some hearts in, that's even better. But it's not as if we're like sitting here playing to push the Yuumi build completely. I don't like personally playing reroll builds that much, other than reroll. Oh god. The game might be just sending us a signal here though. So not only do we pick up the 2-star Yuumi, we also pick it up with a Jeweled Gauntlet, which is really, really solid. Yeah, I think I might just be getting shoved too many parts of this to really turn it down. We will see. I shall scout now, because we're definitely going to have too many parts of this build put together at this stage to really turn it down. The only question is if we play into the traditional build or if we play into the so-called advanced build of this, which is sort of modern era play on the Yuumi reroll. And I managed to just sneak in the Star Guardian at the very last second. I did say I was going to scout, but I was thinking too much on that particular round. Yuumi's just going to keep casting here, so she's going to be an absolute menace. That Star Guardian already being in play is hilarious. Does Galio live long enough? Possibly not. Is she gonna punch people's faces in? She punched in 2 of them. She punched in 2 of them. Oh man. How am I getting shoved so many Yuumis? How? The thing is, you can see I'm still kind of indecisive though in the comp that I want to play, because I'm not actually committing in too much to the Yuumi. But definitely I think the Annie at this point can get in the bin. I don't think Annie's going to serve any purpose. I don't think holding this is serving any purpose. I just want to start making the interest, because I don't want to go all in on this. It's good, sure, but that's all I'm giving it, is it's good. And again, like, I'm not re-rolling, right? Like, I've not re-rolled for any of these Yuumis. I've just picked up 4 naturally. So, if the comp gets chucked at you, don't just decline it just because it's a comp. People are like, oh god, Yuumi play. It's like, there's a reason why people hate it, is that it is strong. It is good. It's a nice comp, right? But don't get deterred away from it just because of people being salty. Like, I'm not caring here about whether I play a Yuumi reroll or if I play really just anything else, to be honest, in the game. I'll happily transition this out into a Soraka build if I don't find more Yuumi naturals. Ideally, I want to find 6 before I try and reroll. So, if I find the 6, cool. If I don't care. So let's see, we've got Brawler Admin, we've got a Gadgeteen Mascot, Gadgeteen, Brawler Jax, so there's 2 contesting the Brawler Jax. Mascot, Civilians, this guy's just playing an early game general. Spellslinger Brawler, and Star Guardians with a general frontline. So, no one's actually contesting the Yuumis, which is why I'm finding so many. Oh man, oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh man, oh man. I mean, when you get that, how can you not? How can you not? That's actually filthy. I just naturaled out all of the items that you want for a Yuumi. Just first 6 items, boom, Yuumi. And we've got makeshift armor, so our front line actually is tankier than it looks. Like a lot tankier than it looks. Yeah, and the Jack's already being a mecha. Yuumi doesn't care 'cause she's already got a giant slayer. That's hilarious. That is hilarioso. Now I really want an econ augment here, like either a ticket or maybe trade sector. But we want some kind of econ augment, or a Yuumi augment would also be really positive. These... It is an eco augment. I don't want salvage because I've got everything that I already want. But Rich Get Richer is not what you play with the Yuumi reroll. I think this, though, because I will sub in the Nyla, I think is just better. Now, I don't think Lux is really doing anything here. So I think Lux gets in the bin here, because we just want a stronger, tankier frontline. We're going to sell the Lux off. And we do want to bring this in play. But again, we're not rushing it. Like, we could roll down to try and force in the gangplank, but I'm not a fan of trying to force for the sake of forcing. But we do seem to be the only person that's trying to play this build. And the fact that there's 2 Jaxes contesting each other makes my life really simple, and this Jax has terrible items. Utterly terrible items. I mean, why would you take... Like, he's got a heart emblem, and okay, yeah, he's got the brawler, but it's like... Really? I am going to start picking up some stuff to try and negate my bad rolls on rerolls. We do pick up a Nyla. We do have a Rel. Now the thing is, I don't play a Yuumi reroll that often, so I don't actually know when you roll this comp. I'm guessing it's fairly quickly. Like, you probably want to hover around as much gold as I've got right now, would be my guess. But I don't know. I don't play this. I think definitely rolling to pick up a GP there, though, is great. I think I probably want to level up to 6, though, and then just push at 6 for my Yuumis, I would guess. I mean, my front line looks like it's got no items, but it's actually deceptively tanky, because it's actually got 70 armor and 45 magic resist for free on all of them. So it looks like they're just tanking with nothing, but they're actually really tanky. I like that. I like that a lot. We're going to try and push for better Yuumi odds rather than for the tier 1 odds. But yeah, I think I just push into level 6 so I get the supers in play and I get some big win streaks going. There is no Yuumi on this carousel. There is, however, a Lee Sin. I don't know if I just take the Lee. Maybe I just take... I don't know, actually. I think you're somewhat supposed to play this in the same way that you would play a Kai'Sa reroll, where you play like lockets and stuff on the Nyla. But I think just having any tanking items on the Nyla is good. So I think just picking this up is not bad. We're going to roll into this. We're going to put the gangplank in play. We're going to keep the GP out of the front line entirely. Do we care what's on the inside versus the outside? Probably not too much, right? We're going to sell that because it does nothing. I'm just going to keep here. I think we just hover around 20 gold mark, to be honest. Now they've got our best odds for the Yuumi. And she's just going to pump stuff, right? Really trying to find a rel, trying to find my leads. So basically I'm trying to find all my 2 costs is what I'm trying to do right now. I will double scout before I start rolling again. Depending on what gets offered to us in the shop. Do we get any? We do pick up another Yuumi. So he's heart brawlers, he's heart whatevers. He's already got a Soraka, he's gadgetines, brawlers. The Jax players are cock blocking each other, which is great. There's quite a lot of Lees down though. Quite a lot of Lees. He's got 2 of the Yuumis, but that's it. Just 2. Just the 2. Ugh. Yuumi got zip-zapped. Unfortunately, Vel'Koz does do quite a lot of damage to my Yuumi. But does my front line care too much? I mean, I don't think I have enough damage in the front line is the problem. I just don't think there's enough damage in it. There might be an overtime though. The overtime takes it. Still not finding a Yuumi. We might just chuck a couple rerolls here. That's good. That's really what I was trying to find, to be honest, was a 2-star rel. So now we will wait. Possibly we might eco up until 4-2. See what augment we get. But considering how few Yuumis are actually in play, I'm getting quite unlucky here, actually. Quite unlucky. We do pick up a rel. Okay. That was okay. So sort of like 3 parts of the tank items I sort of want for my Nyla, right? So I want this to be a redemption, I want this to be an Onyx Spark, I want this to be a I want that to be a redemption, Onyx Spark, and then a Titan's Resolve. But as it stands, do not have the pieces to this puzzle. Now, thankfully the Jax players are just going to block each other from having too big of a power spike. He does have nice items, but they're not the best items that he could possibly have in this scenario. The only thing that's going to cuck me here is if this ends up being a 5-star augment. Now, if it's the Leona augment, I'm somewhat happy. That's also not bad. Empowered Reserves is interesting for sure. Because this is a roll down comp, right? So just a real shame I can't find any of my Yuumis. A real shame. But it is what it is. I mean, we are still win streaking at the minute, it's not as if I need to. But I might push to level 7. Which feels a bit dirt now that I've already rolled down all the way. But I don't think I actually need it. I do not think I need it. I think that Syndra buff. I mean, I'm still gonna have quite good odds on the Yuumi. It's just it's gonna be weird because I'm not gonna play this as if it's a Yuumi reroll. I'm gonna end up playing this sort of like a Hearts build, just with supers and a Syndra in play, which is a bit odd. But everything I seem to do today is a bit odd, so it can join in that game. We could also frontline the Yuumi, to be fair, with the Battle Mage. Give her more damage. Don't think we've got enough damage yet to beat the Lee player, but that's a-okay. That is a-okay. Problem is our frontline now is starting to get too weak, so we really want to put in, like, Syndra's great actually for this. We have a lot of options for what we can take. I mean, really, I think the best option is probably going to be the Redemption on this. I think that Redemption does a lot for my team. I think everything else somewhat sucks, so this sucks. This sucks a lot, but you take the hands you are dealt. We might... What the hell did I just upgrade? Oh, the Malphite. Oh, okay. See, they're all rushing up now to higher levels. I think I just need to lose streak a couple before we can then replay in. I think we just lose streak it in. There's quite a lot of people still left in here, actually. The only thing is, as I was saying before, it might be worth me switching into a Mascats build rather than playing Yuumi reroll, because with the high tier augment, without hitting the 3-star Yuumi, I just don't think I'd do enough here. My front line definitely isn't living long enough against Leonas, which quite a few people are going to have Leonas at this point. So I think we might end up trying to transition this out. We might stick with it, it depends what we find, but definitely there's no more Yuumis about, which that really isn't any fucking Yuumis. Like, really isn't any Yuumis. Really bizarre how few. Like, picked up a load at the start, and then absolutely none past that. But that is a-okay. Whoa, that Nunu. That Nunu. I think any Yuumi comp's just going to get outscaled here purely because I'm not picking up anything that I need. Like, anything at all. Maybe I should have ecoed slightly more earlier on, but I have stayed at 6 for quite a while. Quite a while. Even the GPs aren't appearing. That's the thing that I find weird. No one else is playing any GPs at all. I haven't found a single one. Well, aside from the ones that were in the super early. I think we just want spell power. I think if we find one more Yuumi though, on the next natural, we just roll it down. And if we don't,
I don't know. I don't know what we do in that situation. Those are quite nice to pick up though. Those are definitely nice to pick up. That is also nice to pick up. Oh, we find our Yuumi. Thank Christ. And Nyla just gets mega stack. So at least now we have something that represents a front line. Only took a little while, but we have something that represents a front line. Don't know if it is a front line, but it certainly represents one. Now the only problem is that Leona. That Leona absolutely wrecks me. And I don't have any healer augments, so... I think... possibly... pushing in for the addition is definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. The only problem is we aren't going to hit our 3 stars. But heyo, I guess. Now we do knock this guy out, which is nice. We might just be pushing for a 4th place here though. I don't think we're going to achieve much more. Because unfortunately we don't have the gold to work with. We would really like to have the gold to work with here, but... yeah, we just don't see any of the Lees. Now we've only got a chance of facing Savik. We're already at 4th, so we're okay here. We might be stable enough to beat Savik. We might not be. We shall see. Huh. Yuumi just hits the worst possible target. That Syndra's doing a lot for us right now. Like a lot. She is doing work. Because she's giving me more stuff that's already starred on my bench into play, which is really nice. The problem is that guy who has the zoomies on the Nunu, I think is too strong for me to ever beat. I think it's this Torben guy. I think Torben is too big for me. And the question is there anything I want to play here? Maybe the Static Shiv for the Syndra. Gives me additional armor pen, gives me some mana for the Syndra as well, which is quite nice. Now against Torben next, so realistically... oh no, he's the one that has the empowered reserves. Interesting. There's not much I can do here though, I'm basically just on a prayer that I beat Torben. I might have enough here to be able to do something to him, but... how on earth is his Yuumi in range of my Yuumi? Oh gosh, and I didn't kill the fiddle, which is bad. Okay. We snuck it. We absolutely snuck it, but this doesn't feel solid. This does not feel solid in the slightest. And we're against Zombie Slayer, who's the guy that absolutely wrecks us. Ugh. I'm a little sus on this. I'm really trying to get Yuumi to hit his Vel'Koz, but yeah, he's just going to reposition it. Okay, that's good though. We took out the Nunu, which is big. Oh, he just brought in that Zac. He just brought it in, although the Yuumi now is in range of the was in range of the Nyla, which made her actually quite a bit better. Quite a bit better. We are gonna sell this out in favor of the Nyla. We're in top 3, so we did better than we thought we were gonna, because we thought we were gonna hit a top 4. So I'm quite happy. I think the Syndra has done a lot for me here. It's hard to say, because Yuumi's scaling is so sideways and balked. It would be really nice if I could get a Shojin's, I think, here. So I think selling this down is good. The Ionic Spark, perhaps, or the Redemption, both are nice. In fact, the Ionic Spark is going to be nice for the shred it gives my Yuumi. We do pick up a Lee. Do we find any more Lees? We do. Now, can I beat his ghost is the question. Oh my. Oh my. Now my thoughts here are, can I position Yuumi into the front 2 lines without her getting absolutely murked and in a way that is of benefit? The answer to that might just be straight up no. We definitely want to fill our bench. Who against Torken? Yes. Ugh, I don't know if I meant to do that. Why would he flip his Talia to be directly in the line of my Yuumi? That was a bit troll. Maybe he just counter-scouted himself. He thought that I was gonna scout it. He might have enough here though. He might just have enough. It does look like he has enough. Yep. Still not finding any of my needs. So the thing is, I think I just move everything up a bit. Oh wow, that Ramos. Can I one-shot the Vel'Koz? If the answer to that is yes. Oh,
Oh, it is not yes. Oh, I do snipe though with the Vel'Koz. Snipe. Snip, snip. Don't quite snip, snip it. But maybe the Nyla can do it. Oh, no, Nyla doesn't manage it. Nyla does not manage it. But hey, that's not bad. We got a third place. It's still carrying. We happy? We glamming? Let's see what right it gives us. We only got plus 35 LP. What a troll. What a troll. Oh, I guess no, we got third. Right, okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. Next game coming up. Peace.